Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, your journey, our passion, and by Dow Automotive Systems, improving durability and increasing design flexibility with Betamate structural adhesives at dowbetamate.com.
Hello out there. We are so glad that you've joined us on Autoline Daily as we keep you up to speed on the most important developments in the global automotive industry. And we start out today's report in China, where traffic fatalities are hitting scandalous proportions. There are over 275,000 traffic fatalities every year in China, according to the World Health Organization. That's nearly 9 times higher than in the United States. And while China has 4 times the population of the U.S., it has half the number of cars. So if the number of cars in China doubles by the end of the decade, as it is expected to, so could the number of traffic fatalities. That would translate into more than 500,000 fatalities a year, or 5 million over a decade. You know, while there's so much media attention about air pollution in China, I would argue these traffic fatalities are a much bigger problem. Well, here's something we never saw coming. Green car advocates are dissing each other over their preferred green technology. Elon Musk and Carlos Ghosn are hypercritical of fuel cell cars, saying they'll never catch on because there's no hydrogen infrastructure. Meanwhile, Hyundai's John Krafcik dismisses battery electrics and their 1,000-pound fuel tanks. He says fuel cell cars will make battery electrics seem old-fashioned. And you know, that's what I love about the automotive industry. Never a dull moment. Hyundai just introduced the all-new Genesis earlier today in Korea. The biggest difference compared to the current model is the styling, most notably the front end, which features a new hexagonal grille. It also features a bone line that runs along the side of the car. Overall, the new model just is not as plain looking as the old one. It also gets 4 engine choices, 3 V6s and a 5-liter V8, which are all mated to 8-speed automatic transmissions. In addition to rear drive, it's also available with a new all-wheel drive system. And since this is meant to compete in the luxury segment, or near luxury, Hyundai loaded up the Genesis with new technology, safety, and infotainment features, and the 2015 Genesis will go on sale sometime next year in the U.S. Nissan is not going to sell the Leaf as a Nissan in China. Instead, it's going to be sold under the Venucia brand. And it's not going to be called the Leaf. It's going to be called the Morning Wind. It also gets this very quirky looking front end grille and badge. But here's my Autoline insight. By branding this car as a Venucia and not a Nissan, maybe they're protecting it from any anti-Japanese backlash when China and Japan start bickering with each other again. And since China just announced it's expanding its defense zone in the area of those islands that they're disputing, a big backlash against Japanese cars is maybe just a headline away. But let's go back to the name of the car for the moment. Morning Wind? Who chose that? My wife's always complaining about my morning wind. Next season, Formula One will switch from naturally aspirated V8s to turbocharged V6s, and one major concern is that the sound of the engine will keep people from tuning in. But what about when you replace that petrol burner with an electric motor? The FIA Formula E Championship Series begins next September, and it just finished its first testing of a race car. And now we'll take a second to hear what that sounds like. You know, it kind of sounds just like you'd expect an electric car on steroids. And it could sound even more wicked come race day because this car was equipped with a 25% smaller battery for the testing. Coming up next, we're going to take a look at the all-new Kia Soul.
Here's one of the great things about the all-around performance of our Jeweler tires. Excellent traction.
Do you need a ladder?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
At Bridgestone, our passion for performance knows no bounds.
Despite debuting just a few years ago, the Soul has become one of the most important cars in Kia's lineup. It's now the company's second best-selling car in the U.S. Here's Autoline Daily correspondent Seamus McElroy with a look at the new model.
If you look at side-by-side pictures of the 2013 Soul and the 2014 model, you probably won't see a whole lot of difference. But that was deliberate because the company wanted to keep its distinctive look.
Well, this design is because Soul is such an iconic vehicle, we had to be very careful when we updated to the new car. So we kept all the detail signature items that made the Soul so successful and such an icon. The tusk front bumper, a very upright overall profile with the black A-pillars, and the very unique side graphic on the windows, and then also the very boxy upright rear portion. All that is basically what defines a Soul. For the new model, we upgraded a lot of the surfaces. They're a lot cleaner, a lot more sophisticated, nuanced, with very nice details like these beautiful headlights. And also we've got some great new wheels, both 16, 17, and 18-inch wheels.
The Soul does come with the same engines as the old model, but they've been upgraded for better performance.
So for the 1.6 liter, the base engine, and also the up-level 2-liter engine, both of those have been retuned for more low-end torque. And this is basically to make the car more performance-oriented and more responsive around town, where most people drive the cars in and out on a daily basis. Also, both of the vehicles have over 30 miles per gallon on the highway rating, and this is due mainly to adjustments both in the powertrain, because we have direct injected, a 6-speed automatic and also a 6-speed manual, but also because of some other fine choices. We have Active Eco, which also shifts the shift schedule and the throttle map to make the vehicle more economically conscious when the person's driving it. So a lot of details on the overall powertrain.
The 1.6 liter can be mated to a 6-speed manual or automatic transmission, but the 2-liter only comes with the auto. The car is built on an all-new chassis that's stiffer, longer, and wider. I drove the 2-liter with the automatic, and after my time in the vehicle, I did find the changes to the platform and the powertrain improved the ride and handling and made it more fun to drive. While the powertrain and styling are similar to the previous Soul, inside is where you'll see the most changes.
A couple of points here. Number one is all the materials are significantly upgraded. Soft touch materials on the door, on the instrument panel, upgraded seat fabrics. Also, the vehicle on the interior is quite a bit quieter because of all of the new structure and also the new insulation under the carpet and under the instrument panel. So it's quite a bit quieter. Also, we've got some really cool features. There's a circular theme on the inside, on the door panel. Also on the instruments cluster on the top, the speaker grille has a nice round image, and the center console also has this round circular theme. And all of it relates back to music, which is probably a key component of Soul's personality. Also, the interior has a new 8-inch capacitive touchscreen for the navigation system, and also a 350-watt 10-speaker Infinity sound systems for fantastic sound quality.
The 2014 Kia Soul is on sale right now with a starting price just under $15,500.
Hey, before we go, we're going to start something new here at Autoline. We're going to choose who we think is the best automotive executive, the Executive of the Year. I'm putting together an august body of industry experts whose opinions I value very deeply. I'll tell you more about them and the award soon enough, but I'd like to hear what you all think. Who would you nominate as the best automotive executive this year from any car company from anywhere in the world? Shoot us an email to viewermail@autoline.tv or leave your choice in the comments section of our website and tell us why you think that exec deserves the award. And I look forward to reading your choices. But that does wrap up today's report. Thanks for watching, and please join us again here tomorrow.